Happy Wednesday. Good morning, good morning. It's the Last Minute Laura show. Good morning, good morning. Hello, hi everybody, and welcome back to the Last Minute Laura morning show. Jazz hands. Hi, hey, how's it going? Welcome, come on in. How are you? It's Wednesday morning. I am doing really well. I woke up early. I went to bed. I didn't have the best sleep, but I slept quite a bit, so that's good. And I woke up feeling good, and I took a shower, which is always a good way to start the day because then I feel like a human being. I even put on some makeup for you guys, and I have some good stuff to talk about today, some good stuff to show you. I have all of the dog sweaters that I've ever made. I figured we could look at them and see how they stack up against each other. Good morning, Helmut. Good morning, AJ. Good morning, Dawn. Good morning, Alcy. Good morning, good afternoon, Frida. How's your hand doing? And hello, Platypus. How are you? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever time it is where you are. Hello. Do you like my Christmas decor? This is for you. It was actually for the background of a video I was filming, and then I decided I was just gonna leave it up because it's like a haphazard, I don't know which one is correct, haphazard I think, attempt at looking like I have Christmas decor. I have some Christmas stuff. I have a poinsettia, I have a little Santa statue here. It's fine. My hand is better, looks grisly but feels better. Well, that's good. I'm glad it feels better, but yikes. If you aren't reading the chat, I'm talking about Frida. She burned her hand, so I'm glad it's getting better. So what do I have to say first? Are there any housekeeping things? Not really. I think we can just jump into today. I'm crocheting again, which is fun. I'm having a good time doing that. It's making me feel productive. I made a new pattern yesterday. I worked on it with you guys on the stream yesterday, but I finished it. So I finished my drawing and I finished my one hand. So today is going to be filming the second hand, and then I'll edit it, upload it, bada bing, bada boom. I finished the edit and upload of the hat, so that is going to be going live for patrons today. My patrons who are, I don't think it's the $2, I think it's the second tier and up, they get access to my videos now a day early for fun, and then every patron gets access to the written pattern now as soon as I finish it. So yeah, if you're not a patron already, might be something to think about, because if you're a patron, you get all of my patterns out of my bullet journal anyway, the patterns that I write in my bullet journal. And if you're, I don't think it's the first level patron, I think it's the $5 one. I don't think it's the $2 one, but the $5 ones get extra live streams, extra weekly live streams, and early access to my videos. Sorry, I'm not looking at my Patreon screen, I'm just trying to remember what I wrote. Laura, what can I make with a light DK? Also, if anyone in the chat has ideas, they're welcome. Well, I had two strands of light DK made this. So this is a nice like texture for a hat. This is also 2 strands of light DK for this hat. So if you just double up your strands, you can make something really cozy. I'm not sure for like a 1-strand thing, a small item. I mean, you could do like a triangle scarf. Wow, that's super red. You could do like a little triangle scarf. Yeah, that's a good question, Frida. AJ, how much yarn do you have? So, okay, so let's go over some of the stuff that you might be wondering. Oh, also, as you come in, don't forget to like the video. It helps the channel grow, and we're like at 52,000, which is crazy. But liking the video helps more people find the channel, which helps me have more people find the channel. I mean, yeah, that doesn't really sound like a good sales pitch, but like the video because I'd appreciate it, please. Okay, so let me go over stuff before I show you all these sweaters, I want to go over what happened yesterday. I took CJ to the vet. CJ is our 15-year-old Bengal cat, if you're not familiar. He is a 15-year-old cat. He is skinny. He has been sick for more than a year now, on and off. We've taken him to the vet several times. He's had antibiotics several times. Basically, he has a virus that won't go away. It is common in cats. It's the herpes virus in cats. And in cats, it manifests as like a runny nose and runny eyes and a cough and sneezing. So for CJ, that hasn't been much of a problem most of the time he's had it, which has been, I think now like 8 years. But for the last, I'm gonna say not even three, probably 2 years, he's been getting sick, like actually sick, where we have to take him to the vet each time that he has like a flare-up cold, because the virus makes his immune system weak or whatever. And then he gets secondary bacterial infections in his face, like upper respiratory infections from having the virus. So then we have to get antibiotics, thank you very much, honey, to treat those secondary infections. And yesterday was another vet visit, but this time we were doing a little bit more, not invasive, but a little bit more, what would you call, like I wanted to do more stuff to find out what's wrong with him.
Additional.
Just additional testing.
Pick one? There's 2 different ones.
Ooh.
Yeah, pick one.
I have to only pick one. I can't have all of it.
You can have both. Have both.
No, I don't want both. Can I have half of each?
Too late. You're having both.
Thank you. Alex went to Tim Hortons to bring me breakfast because I didn't want to make anything, and I had already started getting myself ready, so he went and got Tim Hortons for us. I'm trying to drink water in the morning. I'm usually a tea drinker, but I'm trying to drink water like regularly. I have like a whole nighttime routine that I'm going to talk to you guys about later because I'm like very proud of it and very excited about it. And I have to thank you guys for suggesting it because it has improved my life in the last week and a half. Okay, so took CJ to the vet yesterday. The vet did blood tests, x-rays, urine, I don't know, they took urine straight from his bladder, which made me cringe. What am I trying to say? So yes, they took urine from his bladder, like with a needle through his tummy. I wasn't there. It's a COVID season, so I had to drop him off in a set of double doors, and then they picked him up and then they called me on the phone, and I just sat in my car while they did the vet visit with me on the phone. Which was fine, honestly, because CJ's super chill. I don't think it would have been great for Thunder, because Thunder is like really anxious and doesn't like to be given to strangers. CJ is like super social and cuddly, so they were like, oh, he's a feisty little guy, and I'm like, I mean, he's sleeping right now in his cat carrier. I haven't put it away yet, and he finds it very comfortable, so he's just curled up in there. So we got a new type of antibiotic for him. This one is for humans. It's a pediatric, like, baby antibiotic, so that's new. Hey there, Wilma. That's new for us. We've had pills for him all the other times. He also has special food now. It's like weight gaining food for old cats. And what else? We're gonna find out about his blood work on Friday. But the vet said his kidneys didn't feel off, like they felt proper. She made a comment about their size, but I don't know how she worded it. But basically, his kidneys are not too big from what she can feel. So that's a good sign, because in old cats, kidney failure and kidney disease is like common. But she did say, I mean, he is an old cat, so they do slow down, but we will check for those things. So there's a possibility that he's just old and it's harder for him to fight the infections, so he'll just need antibiotics or something every time he gets sick until forever. Alternatively, though, if they can find something like a thyroid issue or a kidney issue or something in his blood that tells them he has an issue, maybe there's treatment for it. Unfortunately, he does have that herpes virus, so for him, it's not something that can go away. Like, it's a virus. In cats, it's not the same as it is in humans. Again, it manifests as like a cold, but it can't be gotten rid of because it's a virus. So unfortunately, we can't really like hope to get rid of that, but we can hope to improve his like body condition by getting him to gain weight, which can help him have a better immune system to fight off the virus so that it doesn't manifest so dramatically for him. But good news, the vet didn't seem like, I don't know, I mean, I guess their job is to seem chill, but she didn't seem super concerned like about, like she said he was very thin. Like she said his body condition was a 3 out of 9, and I knew that already. We already knew he was extremely underweight. Sorry, my blanket got caught underneath my chair and I'm trying to get warm. Good morning, Chloe. So anyway, the good news is we got him to the vet. Bad news is the vet costs so much money. Oh my gosh, I know that it costs a lot of money to go to the vet, but I said this yesterday on the stream, it's not something that I remember ever having to pay that much for CJ. I've brought Thunder to the vet multiple times, like for emergency things when he eats food he shouldn't have, or if like he had a seizure and we took him to the emergency vet for that. No reason. They couldn't find anything wrong with him, and they were like, he didn't even show, like they were like, are you sure he had a seizure? He had like a full grand mal seizure, like for like a minute. Like it was a very dramatic seizure. So, but they couldn't find anything wrong with Thunder. So I'm used to like the $200 vet bill as like a standard vet bill. So I like mentally prepared for about $200 when I went into the vet, and just the blood test was $200. So yes, it was an expensive day yesterday. I was saying yesterday on the stream, I spent like over $1,000, like over 11, I think I spent just shy of $1,200 yesterday between ordering oil and the vet. It was a it was a pricey day yesterday, but that's okay because I love my animals and I like having a heated house, so buying oil has to happen and treating my pets has to happen. I'm not giving you anything. You go lie down. Go lie down. Go away. You already had yours. Silly little dog. Good morning, Nancy. Okay, so that happened. That's the update. Thunder is fine and healthy. CJ is, I mean, I gave him his antibiotic this morning. Oh, good news about yesterday. After the stream, I fed CJ. So the vet said it's for the next couple of weeks, I need to force feed him, which sounds very dramatic. Like, that sounds awful, right? Like, nobody wants to be force fed. It's not that big of a deal with the cat. As soon as CJ understood what I was doing, he was totally cool with it. I don't know why he doesn't just eat on his own, but when I had a syringe, which is not even, they're not like big, I have them here. So, where did it go? Why do I not have, oh, there's one, okay. So they're little 3 milliliter syringes, that's not a lot of like stuff fits in them, and this is like a super mushy cat food. So I was filling up the syringes with that, and then I just would put it at like the corner of CJ's mouth, and he would just open his mouth, and then I'd push it in and he'd swallow. So it was no big deal. Like he sat in his cat carrier the whole time. He didn't try to get away. Like he didn't want to sit, like if I was trying to hold him, he wasn't into it. But if he had his own space to sit, he just like swallowed it up. It was no big deal. So that's awesome. And also what was really cool was there were a few times where I like missed his mouth, and like instead of shooting it into his mouth, I shot it like out the side of his mouth, and it fell on the ground in his cat carrier, and he licked it up, which is awesome. It's not typical for CJ to be interested in food, so it must smell good. But yeah, he ate almost a whole can of food last night by me doing it via syringe. He hasn't eaten a whole can of food in months. Like in one sitting, I honestly can't remember the last time he's eaten a whole can of food. He does not eat pate. He only eats the gravy out of the wet cat food that is like meat pieces with gravy. He licks up the gravy, but he doesn't want to chew any of the meat. They checked his teeth, nothing wrong with his teeth, so it's like, they think it's because he can't smell, he has no interest in like eating, but the gravy is like drinking, so it doesn't, his brain doesn't work right. So anyway, yeah, he ate almost a whole can, which for me was very exciting. Alex and I just sat there having our dinner while Alex was feeding me because my hands had cat food on them. But we had pizza for dinner last night, which was so tasty. Hi, Anchor, good morning. And Dawn, outrageous. That is so much money. I agree. $1,200 is never, it is something that brings me genuine anxiety to prepare to spend $1,200. Now that the money is gone, I have a lot less anxiety about it, but oh my god, when the vet was pricing everything out, I was like, I love my cat, I love my cat, I love my cat, I love my cat. It's really hard to like agree to, because in Canada we have like we have universal health care, right? Like I don't pay for antibiotics. If I get, like I don't pay for a flu shot. If I go to get a vaccination, I don't pay for that. I don't pay for seeing my doctor. So like going to the vet and paying $100 to see the doctor is like, oh my god. Oh no, I didn't spend $1,200 just on CJ. I bought oil yesterday too. We heat our house on oil because we live out in the country. We do wood burning in our fireplace, but we also heat on oil. I know that's not efficient. I know that's not eco-friendly. I know it's not green. It's an old house. It's not something that I can update because I don't own the house. We rent here, so house is on oil. We order oil to heat the home. Yesterday I ordered oil and it's just everything's expensive in the world. So yes, the vet was expensive, the oil was expensive, but in the end, I'm warm and safe and my family is safe and I can earn more money, right? Like CJ's health can't, I don't know how to explain it. Welcome to America. Yeah, honestly, Dawn, like universal healthcare makes me have a hard time spending money at the vet. You know what I mean? Like I feel like for you guys in the States, I said this yesterday, when you go to the doctor in the States and you like pay money to see your doctor, then when you go to the vet and you have to pay money to see your vet, it's like your brain doesn't have to travel very far to understand that. Whereas for me, I'm like, but when I get vaccinated and I go to the doctor, I don't pay anything. Why is it hundreds of dollars? So it's hard to translate, but it's because there isn't universal healthcare for pets. You can get healthcare for pets, but CJ's 15 and he's already got a pre-existing virus. Like his insurance will be more expensive than me taking him to the vet every 6 months and paying a couple $100. So yeah, I feel like this vet visit was way more expensive just because we did all of the extra tests. So it was worth it, because now I'm going to have like really clear answers about it. Like he's had x-rays before. I don't think he's had urinalysis before because he didn't have any urine in his bladder, but he's had a blood test before. But I've never done all of the tests at once, so it added up. Plus the food was stupid. A can of cat food at the grocery store is like 70 cents when it's regular priced, and I don't buy regular priced, I buy things on sale. At the vet, it's $5 for a can of cat food. He needs 1 can a day. I love my cat. He's gonna gain weight, he's gonna get better, he's gonna turn into his wild little, like, violent cat self again, and it's gonna all be worth it. Oh, hey Sid, late due to snuggling with my old cat lady. Oh, cat baby, old cat lady. I have my old cat man. Thunder, go lie down. I'm trying to talk and eat. Go lie down, go. He's jumping on me, which is why my thing keeps turning, because it's him jumping and it pushes my chair. Chloe, $2,500 in medical bills right now. It's absurd. That's awful. See, I mean, Canada, we've got tons of flaws here, but I honestly don't know how people in the States stay healthy and mentally well and employed and in a house. Like, I'm pretty sure I would end up homeless and totally mentally just gone if I lived in the States. Like, Canada keeps me mentally healthy, and, well, not you know what I mean, like our system. Without the system I live in now, I don't think I would be nearly as okay. And I'm a mess, so imagine me in the States. I don't think it would work. I don't know how we do it sometimes. I honestly don't. Because I already know, like, student debt in Canada is something that can, like... Yeah, but OHIP is even if you don't have insurance. Like, OHIP doesn't cost anything.
Yeah, but in the States it'd be like $2,000 a month or something.
Yeah, we don't pay $2,000 a month.
No,
But
I'm saying you'd be aware.
Maybe our taxes are way higher?
I don't know.
Man, I don't know. I don't feel like our taxes, like, negate... Like, I don't think that we're paying anywhere near what you guys are paying, even over, like, broken down into our taxes and stuff. I don't think... Because I think if you take a little bit of money from everyone, then when you have a big surgery or something for one person, it can be free. Do you know what I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to explain. I am not a political scientist. I am not a healthcare professional. I just know that if you get a surgery, I know you have to pay for, like, anesthesiologist, and you have to pay for... You have to pay for some things if you get surgeries in Canada. And if you get, like, cancer in Canada, you have to pay for all of those meds. Like, not all of them. It's covered partially, but it's not free to, like, go through cancer treatment. It's not free to get a surgery or something. But it's not gonna make you homeless. Like, I can't imagine being like, do I want to live, or do I want to live and be in debt the rest of my life and not be well, or do I want to die but in a home? I can't even, like, I wouldn't make it. Hey there, Mariana, good morning. What's going on? I was talking about my pet. We took our cat to the vet, and then it went off on a tangent of me talking about how healthcare is a flawed system. My brain surgery, $100,000. Jeez Louise. I don't even, what's $100,000? That's not even a real money. Like, it's not real. That's how I feel. $100,000 is something I just can't even comprehend. I have 52,000 subscribers, and that's a number I can't comprehend. So I can't comprehend 100,000 of anything. My cat got another UTI. Great. It's been a time. Not ideal. Sid, for the states to pay for Medicare at all, our taxes would increase by like 2.4%, but no one has to pay our hellish premium anymore. Yeah, that's not a big amount of taxes. And I feel like if our taxes were like, I would be fine if our taxes were like 50% of our income, if they covered all the things that to keep us safe, because then 50% of the income would just be for the extra stuff. Like right now, I don't know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say, I hope. I know what I'm trying to say. I don't know how to verbalize it. Hold on. I'm trying to catch up. Well, our taxes are probably higher. 30 to 50% income tax is worth it. I agree, because taxes cover the road repair and healthcare and salting of our roads in the winter. I don't know, like, what else do taxes cover? Everything. I think it's like that here too, Frida. I think it increases if you make more. There's like tax brackets. So when I worked at the cell phone place, it was like I was earning, it was like 1 year I did 46 in 1 year, $46,000 for someone who's working at the mall is really a lot of money. Plus I was in school, which was amazing. Good morning, Jay. So when I worked there, it was like after I earned a certain amount of money, I didn't want to take any extra hours because I would have been earning like half of my hourly wage. I was on commission, but my hourly wage was, there was like a whole thing where it was like, oh, I'm already at my cap. I can't work that much this week or else I will pay more in taxes on my next paycheck. Good morning, Scrappy. Said, yeah, let's do healthcare and roads and stuff. I could have paid 50% of a house at the time. Hold on. I missed the first part of that. In 2001. Oh, yeah. Yeah, in 2001 you could have bought a house. Well, healthcare, a flawed system? Yeah, but I feel like that's almost everywhere. Yeah. I guess it's just which flaws impact me more. You know what I mean? Like the flaws in Canada don't impact me, so I see the benefits. But if I was in the States, the flaws would impact me. Like I wouldn't be able to afford healthcare. But then I see like in Sweden, the flaws in Canada would be visible. Do you know what I mean? I have that issue. If I make too much a month, I'll lose my insurance. Yeah, it's like, yeah. I love bagels with cream cheese. Okay, so, as a refresher, if you just got in, I finished a new pattern. I don't know, you confused me. You said you were going to the doctor in August. I did go to the doctor in August. And in September. And in October. About my wrists, you mean? Was that just an error? You mean for CJ or for me? Because CJ went to the doctor in August also. He had his last set of... No, he went to the... Was it August or September? It was either the end of August or beginning of September for CJ, the last time he went. And he had antibiotics, what was the other one he had? Antibiotics, a steroid injection, a course of steroids for 5 days, and he had fluid in his lungs and a fever. Now he has no fluid in his lungs, no fever. Hi, Caitlin. But he does have a secondary infection, and he did get blood work, urinalysis, and x-rays, which I'm going to find out about on Friday. But the vet said his kidneys feel okay, and his throat doesn't feel like there's anything in it, which is really good. The x-rays will finish that part, but she said she didn't feel anything that was out of place. I thought you said you were going to get tested, but not till August. I was like, whoa, you have to wait 8 months? Oh, for my wrists, yeah, okay, so I'm being forwarded to a specialist, but because of all of the COVID backlog, the next appointment isn't until August for the something, the shock test where they see how bad your carpal tunnel is. But I still have I still have the blood tests, ultrasound, and x-rays through my family doctor, so that's done. It's just the electric test to determine if I need to get surgery or not, but those other tests will tell my doctor that information anyway. My family doctor just always forwards to a specialist because she's just like that. But she also said to give them a call if it gets worse, because if it gets worse, they will put me in earlier. But because it's not an emergency right now, and there's people who need to get that test so they can get their surgery, it's not till August. Yes. Delays. You have to wait. That's the Canada flaw, is you have to wait for your specialist healthcare. I don't usually have to wait for a family doctor appointment though. But anyway, what was I going to say? Oh yes, so I finished a new pattern. It's because of Corbett. It's not a normal time frame. No, not for that type of specialist. Maybe it's a normal time frame for others, but with my family doctor, I've never had to wait more than 3 months for anything, ever. When I had to get a CT because I was nervous that I was developing MS. Don't even worry about it. I wasn't. It's just a thing in my head. I got a MRI or CT. The one where you lie down in it, and it was an MRI? Thanks. Okay, I got an MRI. I waited a week before I had an appointment. So I guess it depends. But anyway, yeah, exactly, Frida. You have to wait for specialist care, but I could see a doctor today. For me, I would be in a specialist within 2 weeks. Ooh, that's nice. 8 months. Whoa, Jay says, here I could get that test done within a fortnight. Well, I don't think normally it would be that big of a deal, that long of a wait, but because of the whole COVID shutdown, they had to rebook everybody. No! I'm not giving you any of this. It's chocolate. Go lie down. Go. You bark at me. Go lie down. That's nasty. You don't bark for treats. No. Go lie down. Go. But I do pay a lot for insurance. Fair. Okay. Moving forward. My wrists are doing better. The supplements I'm taking are either placeboing or helping me. My wrist braces are helping, and my family doctor is going to follow up on the inflammatory markers. We'll find out more about that. More importantly, CJ's gotten all of his tests, and we'll find out about him on Friday, which I'm looking forward to because I care about him. Frida, we have a 3-month rule. You're supposed to get to see your specialist within 3 months, but those times are out of whack now. Yeah. My dog Chewy has been doing that lately. He's been doing that lately. Hold on. Oh, bothering you with love. Jay, I forgot that it was your dog who's Chewy. Chewy, the white, adorable Chihuahua. I've been considering making stickers for Last Minute Laura, just because everybody who is not, I don't know, a lot of the YouTube channels that I really like make stickers, and since I do bullet journaling anyway, I use stickers. And I was thinking of that's not what I'm saying. Alex wants to get a Cricut machine because he thinks they're the coolest. And I'm down. At the same time, I was thinking of just going through Sticker Mule or something. Yeah. Anyway, I wanted to make stickers, and I was looking at all of my designs, and the only sticker I want in my bullet journal is Chewy the Chihuahua. It's the cutest picture. I think it's the cutest thing. I'm gonna show you it because I think it's really cute, honestly. I just have to add it to the stream so that you can see it. Because I think it's honestly #1. Wow, this is a slow hard drive right now. PNGs. Show me the cutest doggy. Oh no, there you are. Let's make this, nope, don't move that around. Am I giving you guys vertigo now? Hold on. Front facing, image, shrink it down. Just bear with me while I do this because it's my favorite. It's my favorite of all of the drawings. I think it's the cutest one that I've done. I apologize that you're hearing the clicks of my mouse, but I freaking love this. Is this not the cutest thing in the whole world? Look how cute. Can you imagine how cute that would be in a sticker? Little guy with his little fur. Oh, he's cuter than Thunder. I love Thunder. I love Thunder so much, and I think he's the best dog in the world, but that's the cutest dog in the world. So when I was looking through my drawings and being what sticker would, oh god, sorry, I'm moving the screen. What sticker would be the best sticker to use? That one is the one that I like the best. Anywho, that's adorable. Thanks, Caitlin. I used to do a whole drawing thing on the YouTube channel. I was doing overhead drawings. You know what is bothering me about my wrists? Now that we're talking about me, we're always talking about, I know that. Drawing and writing is hard on my wrists. Oh, your Chewy is a Cavalier Poodle cross. Whose Chewy is that then? That's somebody else's Chewy. That dog is also named Chewy. Frida, cute, thank you. Those sticker sellers make great money, but it's a lot for the printers, but a good investment. Yeah, I was looking at it for the printers. It's about $2 a sticker from Sticker Mule. If I'm buying 200 of them. No, if I'm buying 100 of them, then it's $2 a sticker. If I'm buying 200 of them, then it's $1.50 a sticker. The more you buy, the better it is. But I don't know that I want to buy 200 of one sticker. I feel I would be more wanting to do 25 or 50 of each sticker, which for that reason, the Cricut printer, cutter, whatever, kind of might be a better option just because I only want to do small batches. I don't really want to do huge runs. I don't have the audience to be doing 250 of one sticker, you know? So, such is life. Good morning all, sorry I'm late. I was at Wally World and needed to unthaw my fingers and get a coffee. You call it Wally World too. Alex and I call it Wally World. I haven't been there. I don't think I've been there in 2020. I don't think I've been to a Wally World in 2020. Or at least since lockdown started, I don't think I've been there. I've only gone to my local grocery store. Huh. I am also having my tea. $2 a sticker, that sounds a lot. It does sound like a lot, but And yes, I do have 52,000 subs now. Thank you to the 2,000 of you that have joined in the last little while. But the 52,000 subs, yes, but the 52,000 subs is like overall on the channel, you know what I mean? The people who would actually be interested in buying a sticker to support the channel is a different number of people. And I feel like that number is way lower, which is okay. I don't know. I like stickers. I like the idea of being able to. Also, thank you, Candace. I was hopeful that I would hit 50,000 by Christmas, and we did. It's not even Christmas yet, and we're at 52,000, which makes me feel very good. So thank you for all of you who've subscribed. And if you haven't, subscribe. Hello. But Wally World in Utah, you call it that too? That's funny, Dawn. I'm glad. Those Cricut machines are cool. Everyone I know has one. Well, see, that's the thing too. I have a friend who has one, and she uses it and makes the coolest, like, stuff that sticks on, like, I wouldn't say it could stick on, like, people put it on glassware, but I don't think it's, like, lifelong stickerable on glassware that's going into the dishwasher or anything. But I do like the idea of, like, making stencils. And anyway, I have to investigate a little bit more in what else it can do to see if I can, like, justify it as a business purchase, and if Alex can use it for any of his businesses. Like, it needs to have more usefulness than just cutting and printing stickers. Does it only print? Does it print, I mean, or does it only cut? See, I'm not even, like, well versed in it. I just know that you can make stickers with it. Anywho, Candace, glad you're here. Welcome. Good morning. And Eulette. Ooh, that's a pretty name. Eulette. That's a nice name. I haven't heard that before. It's like somewhere between Eugene and Paulette. Eulette. I like it. Anyway, my friend makes us the cutest shirts. Oh, you can do shirts too. It's just a die cutting machine. So how do you get it to cut out stickers? You already have to print the stickers. So I would need a printer still. So I would need, like, a good quality printer to make stickers, and then the Cricut would cut them out. I mean, I can't keep my hands steady for cutting, so it's still useful for someone like me, but alas. We'll have to look into that a little bit more. Also, for those of you that didn't see on the stream yesterday, I have painted my nails because they are now long. I know that I used to be growing them a lot longer, but anxiety over the last year has caused me to mostly be keeping my fingernails very, very short and ripping off my cuticles and my fingernails with my anxiety. So now they are, look, I have cuticles. There's no open wounds on my hands right now. Big deal for my anxiety. Sorry about the not in focus. And also there's no like visible nail bed, which means I'm taking care of myself, peeps. Jay, you've got about 5,000 more subs since I saw you here with you live. Wow. That's a lot of people. Can you imagine a room with 5,000 people in it? I can't. I can't count, like, beyond, I'm going to say, like, 25 people. If there's any more than 25 people, I'm like, 100. I don't know. One color sticker, or you print it on sticker paper and use it to cut them, I think. We have one, but it's not used much. Well, I have to investigate a little bit more, and then I'll figure out. You can use, hold on, you can use out the side of a monogram. Yeah, cut out the side of a monogram, put it on glass, and etch the glass. Ooh, that's neat. Confirmed. Does Cricut print? No, a Cricut does not print images, but the Cricut software will send the images to your home computer to print an 8.5 by 11 inch material. Very well. Interesting. Okay, so other stuff that, oh, I wasn't finished. I was telling you, I finished this, the one fingerless glove, and I added the thumb. For those of you who are like, add a thumb, there's the thumb. I put a thumb on it so that it can be a little bit more, I don't know, a little more. But I also finished drawing out the pattern last night. Quick and easy, chunky cuffs, fingerless gloves. And I think I did a pretty good job in terms of trying to get the color. I was trying to color it in. I said, how do you even color this? And then Alex went to get pizza, and I figured it out. So today I'm going to write out the pattern after the stream, and then I'm going to film me making the other hand, and then I'll get the outro shots this afternoon, and bada bing, bada boom. Now the thumb has a scarf, exactly. Maybe you could borrow it before you buy one. That's a possibility. I could ask Candace if maybe I could get a week with it to just see if I could figure it out, but I feel like I need to do more investigation to see if it's even something that's like worth it for us to have, because I don't know if it's something that we'll actually use. You know, like I don't want to buy any more things that are just gonna sit around. Like I have a serger, I just don't use it. I just don't, because I finish my seams now, so I don't need the edge of the fabric done. And it's just like so irritating when your serger thread breaks, because there's like 4 threads in a serger. It's not just like one like a sewing machine. It makes me rage. So like I have a serger, I don't use it. It's just a machine taking up space, and I don't like it. I can take the burger. You mean the serger? Etch with a liquid from Wally World. That's interesting. Frida, I would give it to you, except for it's heavy, and I would imagine to ship something from Canada to Sweden that is as heavy as my serger, because this serger is like from the 70s. It's like an old one that someone gave to me a long time ago, and it works, but it's heavy, and it is not like super useful to me right now. I can see how it would be useful to you though. Wally World Walmart. Wally World, it's like a nickname for Walmart. But I can see how it would be useful to you in your bra making, to like finish off stretchy material. Yeah, I wanted a serger for so long, but then I started hand sewing and realized finishing seams was way simpler. Yeah, it's simpler and it's not faster, but it's really pretty. That would cost a lot to ship. Well, anything shipping from Canada is unreasonable. Honestly, Canada shipping is like rude. It's just, that's where they use for our healthcare. That's what's paying for our healthcare, is our shipping cost. It's actually a scam. Shipping is the same price as the States. All that money they make goes towards our healthcare. That's a conspiracy theory. It's not real. I'm just joking. Dawn, if you want to pay for shipping, you can have it. Not yet, Frida. Good morning, Katina. Not yet. I haven't had any. But you know what I did get in the mail? I have to tell you what I got in the mail yesterday, because it like genuinely warmed my heart. So my sisters are Christmas card senders. Yeah, Frida, I know it's worth more than the serger most likely. Anyway, Alex checked the mail last night, and he brought home 2 envelopes for me, and I saw that they were Christmas card shaped. What I mean by that is they were square. They weren't letters, you know? I knew they were Christmas cards. I didn't even read who they were from. I just opened them because I assumed they were from my sisters, because both of my sisters are like Martha Stewart ladies. Like they do that kind of thing. I'm not really that way anymore. Like I want to be, but I also, like, I don't know. I just don't make the time, I guess. Hi, B. But I got 2 Christmas cards yesterday, and I opened them up, and okay, you guys were here for this, which is why it's like heartwarming. Do you remember last year, I think it was last year, I was having like a personal crisis, being like, I need to make a friend in real life. I need to physically hang out with a human being other than like my sister and Cassia, my 2 best friends, you know what I mean? My older sister lives too far away, so we FaceTime, like that's good. My little sister, I can't hang out with her anymore because she's a teacher, so she's interacting with the public, so I like, safety-wise, I can't really hang out with her. Anyway, before the lockdown happened, I joined a dating website, but there was a dating app, I should say, called Bumble, and there's a section on this dating app where you can say like, I'm only looking for friends, and you can make friends, and you can like meet up for dates with friends. I made 2 dates with 2 women that I found similarities with. Like one of them really liked dead things, like skeleton, like skulls and stuff, and like dead butterflies, you know, like beautiful dead things, not like a psychopath, like for art, like deer antlers and stuff. And the other one was just very like she was just super straightforward, and I kind of need that sometimes because I have a problem where when I speak to people, sometimes I'll infer too much from the things they say to me. So if things are said ambiguously, I will assume the worst, which is not the way it actually goes. It's just anxiety does that. And this woman is she's so direct and so straightforward that whenever I have an anxious feeling about something I've said, she can tell and will chop it. Like, she'll just be like, that's not how I meant it. Don't worry. And I don't. Immediately I'm like, thank you. I just need someone to like use the words, don't overthink this. I'm just telling you I can't come today. Like, she'll text me that. I can't hang out today. Don't overthink it. Let's do it next week. And it's like, just having her know that I already was gonna overthink it, it's very like, I don't know, it makes me feel very seen. And the other one is just really artistically similar to me. The things that she's interested like artistically, her house is beautifully decorated in all the weirdness. It's just like really, she's just like a beautiful soul. I feel like our souls have a lot in common. And the other one, it's like she kind of fits the same energy as my older sister, but without any of the drama of family. So we can just have those family conversations. I love them both, basically. Let me see what you guys are saying. Scrappy, I bought a bunch of Christmas yarn from Jenna and USPS wanted to charge me $100 to send it. I'm trying to figure out a better way to send it. Jeez Louise. Well, yeah. Candace, if you want to get rid of it, let me know and I'll buy it from you. Well, if you want it, you could just have it. I'm not using it. It's like, I don't want to sell it. It's not worth anything. It's just that it would cost so much to ship. Yeah, here I think the Cricut would be over $300. Jay, I'm not even sure I can get one in Sweden. Really? That's a bummer. I think I love her too. Scrappy, I think between 180, a little over 200 is the price I've seen. Well, I mean, Canadian money, right? Different. It's a wonderful dynamic I'm experiencing with this boy I'm seeing. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, for Jenna, not from. Okay, and so anyway, I got these two cards, thought they were from my sisters, opened them up, and they were from my new friends, they're not even new friends anymore, but like, it made me feel very loved, and it's not, like, I text them regularly, we can't hang out, but like, I'm not gonna read you exactly what they wrote, but it's like a full thing of text, and also the one that's beautiful and artsy, she drew a picture of a chicken in a hat, a Christmas hat, which I think is so sweet. She's just a lovely human being. And then the other one sent us a photo, like a Christmas photo with her and her cats and her husband and her dog. And it's so cute. And I'm not going to show them because, like, privacy, but I am going to show you their dog because look at their cute dog. And you can see the tail of one of their cats. Is that not the cutest little dude? Oh, so cute. So they sent us Christmas photos. So adorable. So they both sent me these beautiful cards with like beautiful messages, and I was like, I found real people who I would never have otherwise found. Like, I'm skeptical of online dating. I mean, I've done it. Before I met Alex, I was like just dating all the time from this was it Bumble? It might have been Bumble. I was dating on this app just to go on dates because I was like bored. And that was before I even met Alex. But I was always skeptical of it. Like, but I found really good, true friends that are, yes, Candace, yes, you're real people too. But I mean, I haven't been able to find, other than Candace, you're the only person in real life that I've seen from the stream. You know what I mean? Like, in real life, I can't interact with any of you guys in real, like, outside of the internet, you know, except for Candace. Candace lives close enough by that she's come by a few times, which has been really, the first time, super weird, because we were both like, you're real, what do we do? And then it was weird the third time, because we weren't allowed to hug because of the pandemic, so it's just awkward, but we can actually see each other, so like once things are normal, we can have like picnics and she can hang out with the chickens and stuff. But like these two women that I met online and started hanging out with offline, I found real connections, and it was like really it was a really nice reminder. I got 2 Christmas cards from the 2 ladies that I, you know, that's a love letter to your souls. It felt like it. It was like, I felt very much like, oh, good, they're on the same wavelength as me. Because, like, I say it to them individually, like, hey, you matter to me. And they say it back, which is really nice. Because, like, I don't know, conversating with people in a non-romantic way is difficult. It's, like, difficult to vocalize affection in a non-romantic way that doesn't come off weird. I mean, at least for me, I'm an awkward human being. But like, how do you like shake someone and say like, I love you, stay in my life, you're really cool, without being like, without doing that. But anyway, it made me feel really good. I got Christmas cards from my 2 lady friends, and now I'm gonna send them Christmas cards too. I haven't sent any this year, because I don't know, I don't have a good reason. But anyway, still good. Sid, I bet it's different when you're just looking for friends. It takes the whole, I just want to get laid interactions out of it. Exactly, and I really like that. I really like that, and also when you're on the friend area, you can search, like you can say you're looking for somebody to do specific things with, so people will be like, I'm just looking for someone who will come to yoga with me. Or I like hiking, I'm looking for a hiking buddy, none of my friends like hiking. So for me, I was like, I'm mostly antisocial, but I like yarn and I really like talking, so I'm not antisocial, but I don't really want to like, I'm not good at maintaining. I feel like this hole is a hole. I don't think it's just, no, it's just loose. I have to like repair the stitch there. Sorry, I keep seeing this hole. Anyway, we are all sucking at sending out cards this year. I hope so, it's not just me. Oh my god, Scrappy, I could not wait to get my new one for the new year. I tried a month grid for December to-do list and I'm really liking it. Ooh, that's cool. For bullet journaling, that's fun. You're kind of an introvert. I'm an extroverted introvert, or an introverted extrovert. I'm extroverted in my own space. You know what I mean? Like, I can be extroverted, but it takes all of my soul out of me. I love being the center of a conversation, but then I don't want to talk to anyone ever again. You know what I mean? Like, if I go to a party, I make myself, look at me, look at me, look at me, and then I leave the party and I go like, oh, I am the worst. Everyone hates me. I can't speak to people for a week. But like on here, I don't feel that way because I'm in my own home. It's kind of like you guys are coming over for tea, which doesn't exhaust me. But the benefit of it being online is I don't have to make all of my teacups dirty in order to offer you tea. You bring your own tea, and then you leave with all of your mess. I don't have any of, like, people touching my stuff, which sounds a little OCD. It's not, but you know. I'm glad I kept up with my bullet journal. Scrappy, that's good that you did. It is probably really good for your mental health. I'm extremely social, but very comfortable being alone. That's nice. You're just an extroverted, confident, non-anxious person. Someday. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea, Candace. See if I can print the manual or download the manual so that I can read it. That's a good idea. You know what I've been doing a lot lately for information? Just going on Reddit, being like, info, and people are really nice on Reddit. I hate going out, but then I have the best time ever. I don't hate going out. I hate planning on going out. I hate getting ready to go out and being like, we're gonna go out this weekend. It's like someone needs to, I've said this to one of the friends, because she tries to make plans really far in advance, and for some reason I always like self-sabotage plans if they're too far in advance. It's like my brain comes up with roadblocks, and I told her that, like, please just ask me 2 days before you want to hang out with me and I will be there. Like, I can move things around really close to the time, but if you give me 2 weeks, something else will find its way in front of our hangout. But if you give me 2 days, nothing will find its way in front, and I won't not be able to. And she was like, well, then can I just plan our hangout but not tell you until 2 days before? And I'm like, yeah, and I'll be there. But I can't have too long in advance or else I'll find a way to cancel, which is super healthy. So, yeah, it's actually helped my doctor. Scrappy, my bullet journal helped my doctor too. And the vet. I gave them a sheet yesterday at the vet, and they she, while on the phone with me, was like, people don't usually keep this detailed records about their animals. And I was like, well, that's how she said it. People don't usually keep this detailed of records about their animals. Like, the last time he was at the vet. And I was like, it wasn't that long ago. She was like, well, you don't have his vet booklet, but you know a good amount of stuff about him. I was like, doesn't everyone? Communication is good. Yeah, communication is good. T, I get so bored going out because it's kind of a waste of time and money, but I love going to help someone build something. Oh, T, why don't you live in Southern Ontario? That's the kind of friendship I'm looking for now. Like, I have my Cassia is like my sister, though. She's like, I forget to refer to her as one of my friends because she's just another part of my soul. I don't really even remember her as a friend because there isn't anything that would, we're like sisters now because it's like we can go for a year without talking. Like in university, we would go for months and months at a time without talking. And then whenever I would be back in town, we'd just hang out and it would be totally fine. Now we talk more because we live closer. But anyway, I have my 3 girlfriends, but I'm looking for somebody who wants to build stuff because I want to build stuff, but I don't really know how. So it's like somebody who is more knowledgeable at building stuff, but not necessarily an expert. Somebody who wants to learn with me. That's that's the next friend that I'm gonna find. Okay, so exciting. Speaking of bullet journals, I have a new bullet journal because I filled up my old one. I didn't realize. Hold on, what did I miss? I discovered that I'll never be able to eat bagels. Oh, are you celiac? Bagels are so nom. Yeah, I know, I'm literally eating one right now. That sucks. It's always a huge bummer when you find out one of your faves is a flare trigger. Yeah, that is a serious bummer. Like, if someone told me chocolate was something that was causing me issues, it'd be an issue. It'd be a big issue. But I got a new bullet journal. Well, I had it already. I just hadn't used it yet because I was using the old one. So I filled up all of that bullet journal with all of the patterns of last year. So now I have a brand new, look how brand new it is. Oh, it's barely even been cracked. So now my new plan, first of all, I have my nighttime routine written in there because reasons. I need a nighttime routine. But I'm putting all of my patterns now in there. Like I have my fingerless gloves. I have my how to single crochet. I still haven't finished the how to double crochet. Maybe I'll finish that today as well. And then the hat. And then the next set of fingerless gloves. So it's brand new, just got cracked open, and I'm very excited about it. I love a good new bullet journal. I will say, I really love this raspberry color. I know it's kind of way redder on camera, but in real life it's kind of got a lot of pink in it. There's a lot of pink energy. I want to call it raspberry. Here's red. See? You can tell better. It's got a lot more pink in it, which I like because I like pink. Okay, so the drawings on the how-to stitches look great. Really? Can I show you? Do you keep more than one journal? Yes, I keep one for my daily planner, and then one for patterns, and then I have one that's just a sketchbook. It's not a bullet journal, it's just my sketchbook. So I have 3 books going at a time. I'm gonna show you the pictures up close because just you complimenting me, Sid, was enough for me to be like, oh, look again! Look at my single crochet drawings. Look, I have a how to do a slip knot drawing, how to do a chain stitch drawing, and then check that out. Ooh, where do you put your hook? What do you do next? How about when you're starting a new row, where do you put the hook then? Right there. I got you. And I wrote out those instructions, which is a lot more instructions than you'd think for how to single crochet, because it's kind of something that's just once you learn to crochet, it's just in there forever, like riding a bike. But if you actually write out what you have to do, look at it, took a whole page to write out how to single crochet, and it's only 2 rows. So thank you, Chloe. When is your book ready? There is no book. My book is not ready. There hasn't been a complete put together of a book. Oh, imagine if I could just hi, could you make more of this, please, Mr. Printer? And then they could just give me more of these and then I could just sell these. That'd be awesome. Are you going to be doing a new basic series? Yeah, I'm going to do all of the stitches again. I don't know if I'm going to do it until the new year. I might wait until January to do that because right now I'm happy doing little projects. But yeah, I want to do all of my stitches again with like better footage and clear instructions. So yeah, I'm going to do all of them again, like single, double, half double, front post, back post, probably things like waffle stitch and basket weave stitch, all that sort of stuff. Scan PDFs of your bullet journal and then compile them into a new pattern book. But the problem is it's not like pretty as a scanned thing. Like I would have to redo it as a digital version, which is like, honestly, like I know it sounds like do that then, it seems easy. It's like a lot of work, or it feels like a lot of work. And then I end up not doing it, which is not great. If I could just scan PDFs. So that's what I'm doing now as a way to make it, I don't know. I've been doing those drawings and my instructions for myself forever. But what I'm doing now is taking photos of them and then giving those to my patrons. So every patron for $2 a month will have access to, okay, Scrappy, calm down. I know. Just let me be. Can you do it in Australian terminology? Well, you know what I'll do, Jay? I will add in those like treble, I'll add in what they're called in the other things in the videos. Yeah, I can do that. Yes, no, work equals money, but work that is not translating to money for the hours of the work is not worth it. So like I do those bullet journal spreads because I enjoy it and I could make money off of it by redoing them online, but it would take a really long time to redo them as a digital version. Like to redo them, not to just scan them over. To redo them as a digital version would take a lot of time, not worth how much money would earn from those. So instead, since I'm already doing, sorry, my phone is not on silent. So, since I'm already doing those drawings because I enjoy doing them, I'm just going to take pictures of them, and then every patron who is a patron on Patreon, wow, that's a lot of times that I said that, for $2 a month will have access to all of those as pictures. So then they're being used in a way that does make me money without me having to like do a whole new thing with them, which means that it's worth it for me. I still haven't really figured out if it's like actually like financially worth it for me, but I enjoy doing the drawings and a photo doesn't take me much time, so I think it is. I think it makes sense. Before I show you all of, hey Caitlin, can you copy it and make it left-handed too? I am left-handed. So that's how I, right? Am I doing crochet wrong? Am I doing it right-handed? I'm pretty sure I'm doing left-handed crochet. You hold the hook in your right hand if you're doing left-handed crochet, don't you? Or do you hold the hook in your left hand? I mean, I could flip the video. Would that work? I'm not sure. I guess I'll have to have a look if it still makes sense if I just flip the image. So before I show you Thunder's, all of the sweaters I've made for Thunder, I want to show you my nighttime routine. I know some of you already know about it. Some of you have already heard about it. So a couple of weeks ago, last week, I think people do the flip the video. Really? But then there's 2 videos of the same thing. I guess I've seen that on Crochet Crowd. I don't know. I guess I'll see. I'll see if it still looks like it makes sense, Caitlin and Jay. And Sid, thank you for your compliments. You've been very nice about my bullet journal the whole time. I don't think there's a huge difference with lefty crochet. You just flipped it over. Okay, so I have a nighttime routine now. I don't know if it was last week or the week before, but we were talking about how I'm having a hard time sleeping, and I've been taking melatonin to try and help. I have these like melatonin gummies. And they're tasty. I don't know if they were helping. So I was only taking 2.5 milligrams. You guys recommended a little bit more than that for helping me sleep. So I did try a little bit more. I do think it helped by having a little bit more. But I'm not waking up groggy, which is amazing because sometimes people who take melatonin have like they wake up tired, and I haven't been waking up tired. I know I just yawned, unrelated. But anyway, I now have a nighttime routine that I have stuck to every single night. Just mirror what Laura's doing left-handed. Yeah. So I want to share it with you because it's been really doing well for me. I've been really enjoying knowing that like at 7:30 I have like from 7:30 p.m. I have a schedule I need to follow to prep myself and prep my home for me to go to sleep. And it's been really useful. So I'm going to show it to you. Or I'm going to explain it to you. I'm not going to show it to you because it's just writing. It's not very interesting. But I have a nighttime routine, a wind down routine. Excuse me. So 7:30 p.m., make a list or plan out tomorrow or doodle in my bullet journal. Something in my it's bullet journal time. It doesn't matter what I'm doing, but I'm sitting at my desk doing something in my bullet journal. 8 p.m., take my melatonin, tidy the kitchen up, prep my tea area for the morning, and drink a big glass of water. Like I drink this. Caitlin, I hope that our conversation won't distract you from your essay, but I'm glad that you are able to get stuff done while listening. That's nice. I'm not that person. I need like complete silence to write an essay. Like Alex's breathing would get in the way of me writing an essay when I was in university. Anyway, so I tidy up the kitchen, like I wipe down the counter, which honestly, TMI, my usual way of cleaning the kitchen is just wait until it's disgusting and then twice a week, which is fast. If you don't do anything to keep a kitchen clean, it's so fast that the sink gets full of dirty dishes and there's just breadcrumbs on the counter and then there's a coffee spill on the floor, and I would wait until all of that had piled up and then like the stove is dirty and then I would clean the whole kitchen, which was like a pain in the ass, I gotta say. And also it would make me not want to do it. So I would be like, let's go have dinner out of the house instead of me cleaning today. Like I would do that. So now what I've been doing, which has been very good for my mental health, every night I wipe down the counter. I put all of the dishes into the dishwasher. I wipe down the whole sink and like just cleaning like regular people. And I know that that's like grown-ups, those of you who are mature, I wanted to say well-mannered, but that's not the word I'm making. Anyway, those of you who can hold all of it together, yeah, that seems common sense. And I know that. I grew up in a home where my mom every day and my dad every day would tidy a little bit. And our house was always clean. And then in my home as an adult, I would wait until things got overwhelming and then I would clean it all. Or until somebody was coming over and then I would clean it all. But now I've been, like I said, I put all of the bread into the bread box. I put the butter back in the fridge. Like things that got taken out during the day, I put them away. I wipe down the counter. If there are any coffee spills, which there always are, I don't know how Alex spills coffee every single day on the floor, but he does. So I've been cleaning that up every day. And it's like 10 minutes, and it's part of my routine now. 10 minutes, I take my melatonin, I go into the kitchen, I get a big glass of water, and while I'm getting drinking my glass of water, I'm just tidying up, and then I do a nice wipe down. Well adjusted, thank you, Dawn. That's what the word that I was missing. And I get the whole kitchen clean, and then I put my teacup out, and I fill up the kettle, and I get all of like Thunder and CJ's food for the next morning, and I have it ready, and then the kitchen is done. And I close the kitchen. We have a kitchen door because I don't know. I never had a kitchen door growing up. Our kitchen was just like an open space, but here there's 2 doors to the kitchen, and one of them actually has like a door on it. So I close the door, all the lights are off, and I'm done in the kitchen for the night. And that just is so good for my mental health. And then at 8:30, I wash my face, I moisturize my face, I brush my teeth, and then after all of that, I tidy the bathroom up. So usually while I'm brushing my teeth, I'm like putting my makeup away, or anything that I took out, I'm putting away. If the toilet paper is empty, I switch the toilet paper. if there's anything like visible on the floor. Like sometimes like, I don't know, in our bathroom there will just be a thing on the floor, like a lid to something will just end up on the floor. And like in the past, I would just leave that until it was like bathroom cleaning time because no one sees it except me and Alex. But like my mental health sees it. Like, so I've been cleaning up those things and wiping the counter down, and maybe not every day, but every other day I've been doing the mirror with like Windex. Like I'm doing it. And then the bathroom's clean, and I wash my face and brush my teeth every single day, which is what? Everyone does that all the time. And then 9 o'clock comes, and I turn off the lizard lights. I have a lizard over there. I turn his lights off. I stretch, and I do a little bit of yoga. I'm not doing anything with a video right now. I'm just doing like 20 minutes in my open space that I have over there. Just stretching out my back, stretching out my shoulders, taking stock of what hurts. And like yesterday I gave myself a neck massage on the side that hurt. And then when I twisted my head, my neck cracked super loud and it didn't hurt anymore. So it was just like paying attention to the sore things and giving myself a little bit of attention at the end of the day and doing a little yoga. And then after I finish with that, I take Thunder out to pee, or I let Alex take Thunder out to pee, and then have a little chat with Alex, just to like wind down for the day. And then 9:30, I turn out my lights, I put my wrist braces on, and I go to bed. Bada bing, bada boom. So from 7:30 on, I'm not on my phone and I'm not on my computer. I just am offline after 7:30. And that's been, I mean, I think it's been good. I don't know if the blue light is what was making me have insomnia. I don't know if it was like the crippling anxiety about the future and my existential dread that was making me have insomnia, or if it was just the lack of structure in my life that was starting to get to me. It could have been. Is anyone really well adjusted though? Like, no, definitely not. I love that everyone's like, Sid, no, heck no, definitely not. Kudos to those who have it all together. Yes, well done to you. Praise be. Not everyone. More people that get acknowledged have a hard time doing basic self-care stuff. Yeah, I don't know why, but sometimes it's, it can be really difficult for me to just, like, do basic self-care things. But now that I have it written down and it's part of, like, a schedule, it's not been an option. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, do I really have to wash my face? I didn't even wear makeup today. Like, that would be a thing. And then I would go like, nah, I'll just go to bed. And then in the morning, I would wash my face. If I, like, it would just like get put off. Whereas now it's part of the evening. I wash my face, I moisturize, and I brush my teeth, you know? I think everyone should put their devices down at a certain time. Yeah, I think so too. I'm a uni student. I'm far from well-adjusted, even if I seem to be. Well, I think I can hold it together on the outside most of the time. I mean, obviously you guys have seen me cry like way more times than I care to admit, but for the most part, I think I'm okay. I think without any structure, it's like, it's very difficult for me. Even Sid, same, just it's not remembering to brush my teeth. I know I should brush my teeth. You know what I mean? Like, it's doing it though. It's like, I know I should wash my face. I know I should get to sleep by a certain time. It's not like, oh, every day I'm supposed to take care of. I know that. But for some reason, without any structure, I won't take care of myself. I just won't do it. I need to have some structure, and it's okay. And I think for a long time, that was something that I didn't really love, because in my head I was like, structure is rules, rules is job, job is not artist, artist is free and wild and whatnot. But no, in order to be an artist, an actual artist, where I get to earn money from creating the art that I create and live a life that I want to live, I need to treat it at least partially like a job. Yes, while I'm creating, I'm being an artist. When I'm not creating, I need to be an employer and an employee. Like, I need to keep myself motivated. And I think that with no structure, it's very difficult for me to stay motivated for a long period of time on one task, which may be part of the ADHD, maybe brought in with anxiety, maybe harder when I'm depressed, but I think structure is a good thing for me. And I think it's kind of hard to admit that to myself, because it's like, most of the reason I never wanted to work for anyone else was because I don't want that structure. But it's not structure that I don't want, it's externally imposed structure. Self-imposed structure is great. So the nighttime routine has been awesome. In the morning, every morning, I have my little routine. It's not a written routine, but I do the same things every morning. I make my tea, I sit down, I have a big glass of water, I take my meds, turn on my lights, and I open my bullet journal and I see what the things are today. So I wrote out yesterday, during my bullet journal time, what I wanted to talk about during the live stream today. Let's see if we've covered most of it. All of Thunder and CJ's clothes, that was number 1. I'm going to show you that next. New fingerless gloves, CJ's vet appointment. Oh, announce Thursday's 6 p.m. live stream. Tomorrow evening, I'm going to wrap presents, and it's a boring job that just it's not boring, I actually really enjoy it, but I mean, it's a tedious job that takes a little bit of time and is something I can do while chatting. So I'm going to, at 6 p.m. tomorrow, I'm going to do a live stream. Moving forward, like in the new year, that live stream is going to be, I think, the Patron live stream, because I did a poll on Patreon who wants the live stream when, and Thursday was the highest rated day, Thursday evening. So I think the Patreon live stream will eventually be Thursday evenings, but tomorrow, Thursday evening, I'm going to be wrapping presents from 6 p.m. probably till about 8 p.m. Or 7:30 p.m. I guess. It might have to be till 7:30 because of my structure. But I'm going to do a live stream tomorrow at 6 p.m. Oh, Alex saw the dark gray cat behind the house. That was something I didn't tell you about yet. The dark gray cat, the one that was pregnant in the spring. If you're new here, there was a cat that was pregnant in the spring that I wanted to catch. Nancy actually, from our Amazon wish list, bought this cat shelter that we put behind the chicken coop in hopes that the cat would come around. She's been coming around again. So I saw her right next to the structure eating a dead rabbit. I took the rabbit and threw it in the field because I didn't want a dead animal to be so close to our chickens. Oh, excuse me. Because I didn't want a larger predator to come after the cat had finished. Anyway, Alex saw her again last night by the house. So the chickens were wandering around the backyard and the cat was sitting by the house. Alex said he chased her off because he didn't know that I've been trying to bring this cat in so that we can get her fixed. But she's feral, so she obviously, that probably put us back at least a month because I've been putting food for her. I've been trying to make this cat come closer. And Alex chased her out of our yard. Anyway, so he saw her again, which is good. That's 3 sightings in 2 weeks, which is more than we had almost all summer. So I'm hoping that as it gets colder, she's going to be more inclined to be hanging out around the shelter, the sleep area. Oh, this is what I didn't talk about. Our chicken, Rosie. We lost our first chicken. We had our first chicken casualty. I've already done the sadness, so that's why I'm analytical sounding about it. I sound like I don't care. I really do care. Rosie is one of our white leghorn factory farm rescue chickens. She disappeared. She's just gone. There's no evidence of a struggle. There were no white feathers anywhere. She just isn't here anymore. And I would assume something took her away, but we left the house for 3 hours at the most to go to my mom's birthday party. We went to my mom's house and had ice cream cake with my mom and dad. But when we came back, she was just gone. And they were in their chicken run. They weren't protected. They're just fenced in. But all the chickens were normal. They were all acting normal still. So they weren't acting all freaked out. So I think something like a bird, I think it was probably a hawk, took her away, as opposed to a mammal coming and shaking her and then I don't think a coyote jumped in and then jumped out. I just don't think that would have happened. I think there would have been evidence of the movement of those animals, if it was a mammal, a 4-legged thing. So I think it was something that grabbed her and flew away, but we have lost our first chicken. It sucks, because Rosie, Posy, Daisy, and Fern, our 4 rescue factory farm white leghorns, were the friendliest 4. Obviously, Posy, Daisy, and Fern are still very friendly, but they were our 4 friendliest, and they were the 4 that laid eggs every day without fail. So a bummer, real bummer, losing her, because she was like just a nice little chicken. So I had to tell you about that. Talking about my nighttime routine, I did that. Plug Patreon. Join my Patreon. Oh, COVID tests before Christmas. Our local pharmacy for free offers COVID tests, and it's like a 2-day test now. So my whole family, we're going to take tests 2 times before we convene. Only people who can isolate are going to get together anyway. Like, we're not going to put the whole family together anyway because of the world. But we have, like, my mom, my dad, Alex, me, and my older sister. We can all isolate for 5 days before seeing each other. But we're going to all get tested anyway, just to have double safety. Cat, yes, pretty much that's, yeah, if we're not going to be home, we're just going to coop them now. Be on the watch, because once a bird knows the chickens are there, it'll come back. And you know, I've seen a red-tailed hawk sitting on the fence before, and I scared it away. A red-tailed hawk's not big, though, so I don't know if it could have carried away a whole chicken. It must have been a larger breed of hawk. But the red-tailed hawk that I've seen before, I just don't think it's large. I think it's large enough to kill a chicken. I don't think it's large enough to fly away with a chicken, because it's about the same size. But we have 2 kinds of hawks here. 2 main kinds, I'm sure there's more, but 2 kinds that I see. I'm sure it was the bigger kind. It's a very handy service. Totally, Jay. I figure, like, we want to be able to see my grandpa. Obviously, we're not going to, like, be hugging him. We're going to have masks on and stuff. But we want to be able to see him because he hasn't really been able to have any company at all because of the pandemic. So if we can isolate for 5 days and take a test, I feel like that'll be better. Let me see. Caitlin, baby steps, but everyone needs a healthy amount of structure. Yeah, well, I feel like I'm coming to terms with that. Executive dysfunction. It's the worst. Yeah. I've given up with seeming well-adjusted. I'm an autistic with ADD. I'm gonna act like me. Yeah, makes sense. Frida Scrappy, I actually sleep really well with my phone and a YouTube video going. True. I can see that, Frida, but most people are scrolling and don't need to be. That's me, is I'll just keep scrolling and then I'll be tired, but now I'm, like, my eyes have been staring at light. It's taken me ages to get back into the basic habits. Yeah, Sid, it's a thing. Candace, kind of like most of us know, we should put on a bra every day. Not me! And nope, can't make it. I'm a free swinging rebel. Yeah, I'm at home all day. A bra. Not required. I wanted to ask what your favorite crochet stitches are, because for my basic series, I wanted to know, as someone who crochets, if you crochet, what are your favorite stitches? Because people who don't crochet, those are the stitches I feel like I should do first, because they're ones that you end up loving, right? Like for me, half double crochet is probably my favorite crochet stitch, just because it's like, or maybe not favorite, most commonly used. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to ask what those are for you guys. I talked about my Christmas cards. I told you I had pizza for dinner last night. No Frida mail yet. That's on my to talk about. No mail from Frida yet. Bonus stream poll. Oh, I wanted to say, what day and what time do you guys prefer for another stream? Half double is my favorite. Oh, and a new clay pot. I made a new pot out of clay because I found a Ziploc bag that I must have just, I don't know, forgotten about, I guess, made with like already mushy clay. It seems to go faster. I hate single crochet. Yeah, and single crochet makes my wrist hurt faster, I find. Caitlin, single crochet is for you? I'm using US terms, by the way. A single crochet for me is like insert, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both loops. That's my single crochet. Half double is yarn over, then insert. Anyway, I made a new pot. I polished it with a spoon. So it usually, when I make a pot, it looks like that. You see how it's matte? But when I push a spoon onto the outside and polish it against the clay, it ends up getting shiny like this. So this is not fired yet. This hasn't gone into the fireplace. It's not fully dry yet. I know it looks dry and it sounds dry, but it's not technically fully dry yet. It looks blue. Well, it's very gray, but once it's been fired, I say fired, really what I mean is I'm gonna literally put it into my fire downstairs. We have a fireplace. Is this the nicest one? I feel like I have a shiny one somewhere. I thought I made a shiny one. I know I made a shiny one. Give me a sec. I know I have a shiny plant pot that I made. I just have to find it. It's so weird. I wonder where I put it. But I'm going to show you some of the others that I have just for color reference. Oh, here is a shiny one. It's very small, but it's still shiny. Okay, so when I put them into the fire, they turn orange, like terracotta. That's not a shiny one, but I can still show you the color change. So this will look like this. It looks like it's like a cool tone gray, but it's gonna be orange when it's done. Here's my shiny one. It doesn't look shiny right now, hold on. It'll show. But it'll look like that when it's gone into the fire. But first I see a missing blue blanket and an odd one that fell off her lap. Where can our blanket be? Hold on. It's here. I'm sitting on it. It fell off the back of the chair. Here it is. I like it on my chair because then you see it. So anyway, I'm going to fire that probably this week, but I need to wait for it to fully dry first. I use a knife grip. It's the only way I could crochet comfortably and maintain good tension. Me too, I use a knife grip too. Some people who use the pencil grip, I don't understand it. I've seen it and I love how fast it looks, but I don't see it. I love how Thunder cuddles to the other one. I know, right? He's all snuggled in. He's a snuggly boy. CJ's still in his cat carrier at the edge of the room, cuddled in. Is anyone working on any projects right now? I'm working on a pair of fingerless gloves for myself right now. B, I have a bunch of unfinished projects that I have taken out of the pile and I've put them in a more seeable place. Now that I'm back at work, I have to look normal again. Oh. Your pots are so nice. I don't have a fire. Jay, I have a fireplace downstairs, like in our home, like a home fireplace. So I just put these in underneath all of the firewood, and then by the end of the night, when the fire goes out, like the following morning, there's a finished pot in it, which I love. I have to put a hole in this one still because I want it to be an actual plant pot. But I love how it gets shiny from like pushing like on it with a metal spoon. It's so shiny versus like terracotta, but I'm excited for it to turn orange. It'll be pretty once it's orange. So yes, I'm a potter. There. What I want to show you next is my dog sweaters and my unfinished things. Yes, B, working on a blanket. I'm working on a few things. I'm working on unfinished projects, like I said, and I'll show you them. This sweater, it shrunk when I washed it last, and now the sides are climbing. Not a love. Laxo. Hey, I hope you have a great day. Thank you. I hope you have a great day. Caitlin, I mainly crochet amigurumi, so I'm most used to single crochet. That makes sense. Christmas, everyone wants dishcloths. Everyone loves good dishcloths. Crochet dishcloths. Knitted dishcloths. I do love my knitted. I have a knitted face cloth, 2 of them that I purchased. Okay, I'm going to show you some of the dog sweaters that I've made. Cat sweaters too, because CJ wears them. That I've made for Thunder over the last, I think, year. Most of them are this year. So I have this one style. This style works really well. I will say, I'm gonna put them against each other, and there's a few of them that work really well and a few of them that I don't find I'm using as often, so I guess they're not as good, for Thunder anyway. But this style with the button and the collar actually folds over. When he's wearing it, it's like this, because Thunder's short. But this one I think is the best. I think it's the best dog sweater with the button and with the collar, and the shape of it is like perfect for his body. It covers him really well without getting it goes up just before his back legs, so it doesn't get any snow on it when he's walking through the snow. So I think this style for me is the best style so far for Thunder. I like it a lot, and Thunder likes it. CJ likes it too, but I have a better, the one that I use for CJ more is one that I can tie a lot tighter, because CJ is a skinny cat. And that would be this one. So it's very similar in shape, but instead of having buttons, it has 2 long ties on it. And the ties crisscross, and then you can bring them up to the top and then tie them. My stomach just growled like audibly. I don't know if you guys could hear it, but I did. And then you could tie it at the top, and that way it can be tighter. To be honest, it is the cutest looking sweater, but I can't use it for donation. But you know what I did? I used your neck part, but a different body. Oh, well, the neck part works too. But how come it doesn't work? Why? I'm just asking. Maritza, continue the great job. You really inspired me. Oh, thank you. Thank you for being here. That's really sweet of you to say. Thanks. Caitlin, also currently struggling with freehand some amigurumi. Might share the pictures in the Discord when I get further along. I think I might have to frog it. Oh no, what are you making? Because you would have to know the exact size. Oh, okay, fair. Can you make like generic dog sweater sizes? Like what pattern, what do you have to do in order to make them donatable? I don't know. So when I foster one, I can make it exact. Yeah, if you've got the dog in front of you, I get that. But what do you do as the generic donatable one? The other way. What's the other way? No thing under the tummy? Oh, bye, Wilma. Have a good rest of your day. Okay, so this is the best for the cat. The one with the tie on it is the best for the cat. The other one that's also good for the cat, but I use it more for the dog. Anita, do you have a video on men's simple, quick, easy hat pattern? Nothing special or fancy stitch. Yes. It's this hat. I have this hat. It has a really simple, easy crochet. It has a wide brim, but if you don't want it to have a wide brim, you could just do fewer stitches and make it like a slouchy beanie. I like this one a lot. This pattern is, I believe it's like the basic hat. It might be called 2-hour hat, but this one is a quick and easy. It smells really good. It smells like a candle. Was it sitting on a candle? Oh, it literally was sitting on a candle. Scrappy, I will post it in Discord. Yes, thank you. Laxo, I know this isn't related, but can I have a question about your cropped sweater tutorial? Certainly. Okay, so this is the other one of that style, the purple one. I made it in the Christmas pattern so that Thunder could be a little Christmas present. This one's shorter because it's for Thunder. I do like that one. The most basic of all the basic dog sweaters is the tube with a hole in it. This one. Neck, body, very simple. Anita, my hubby and son is working in the freezing cold. We build grain bins. Oh, geez Louise. So yeah, definitely need a warm hat for that. Grain bins. I'm trying to think of what a grain bin is. Cool though. Nice that they get to work together. The next doggy sweater is another basic. Oh, this is just another basic. I made a lot of this style with the one button for Thunder because I know how big he is, so I can just make it. This is for like when it's not quite cold yet. Look how little it is. Like mini silos. Oh, cool. Okay, I get that. But this is like for when it's not too cold yet. This is like Thunder's autumn sweater, you know? Hey there, Karen. Good morning. And then the most recent pattern, which I've actually really loved how it looks on Thunder. It's like a very like good fancy sweater. I don't know that dogs necessarily need fancy outfits, but this one has a little ruffle on the edge. That's the most recent tutorial I've done. And it has multiple buttons, so it depends if your dog is not one size all the time. I put multiple buttons on it so that if he gets a little fatter, or if I have to put 2 sweaters on him, I can make it less tight. Grain bins hold corn and wheat, beans, feed store silos. Okay, cool. And then I've got the basket weave collar on it, which folds over. And then there's a little tie because reasons. Yes, they totally need fancy outfits. Well, this is Thunder's fancy outfit. It is so cute on him. Honestly, Thunder, can you show it off? It's really cute on him. Like, it looks like he's wearing a cute little Christmas dress. Thunder, come here. Come here. I'll give you a little piece of bagel if you come and be extra cute. You want a little piece of bagel? Sit. Good boy. Here you go. Good boy. He's like, we'll do anything for Snackos. Can't you put it in the oven at a very low temperature? For the clay? Is that what you mean? Because no. Because, well, to dry it out, yes, I could do that to dry it out, but not to cook it. It needs to be like 1,000 degrees to like fire to change the terracotta from clay. Sorry, I'm trying to remember. Oh God, your breath is just rancid. Your breath is awful. I'm glad we have a vet appointment for your teeth. Here, let me tie you up in here. Oh, you're so pretty. You're such a handsome guy. Good morning, CJ. Oh wow, you're so handsome. Oh, so cute. Good boy. He's like, I hate you, Mom. You tricked me. Good boy. Let me put your button on. Oh, so handsome. Such a good, handsome boy. Oh, look at you. Look at him in his pretty coat. Oh, with his little ruffly bum. Look at him. Look at his buttons, his little collar. Oh, it's really cute. I think it's very cute. I don't think Thunder thinks it's that cute, but I think it's really cute. And he looks like a little prince. Thunder, go lie down. I want you to see him, like, see it with some movement. Go lie down. Go. Look. How cute he is. Oh, sit. 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 Oh, so handsome. You're so handsome. Go lie down. Go lie down. Oh, he's just a beautiful, pretty princess. Oh, you're the prettiest princess. He is a pretty princess, isn't he? I think that fancy red carpet worthy. Yes, he needs a good red carpet worthy sweater. Exactly. I'm making a duck. Okay. To be general about it, if it turns out well, I'll elevate it a bit and make it a turtle duck. I mean, there's like kitten bunnies, so sure. Does the Discord have a link? Yes. Is it linked below this video yet? Maybe? Not sure. We'll have to check. Laxo Cata. So I made the sleeves and I'm using one type of colored yarn. And I don't know why, but one of the sides did not begin to widen. What did I do wrong? I made the sleeves and I'm using one type and colored yarn. I don't know why, but one of the sides did not begin to widen. You might have missed a stitch. So if you're widening both sides, I have a sleeve I'm working on right now. If you've got, lol, this is a perfect example because I have a mistake, I think. Is that a mistake? Oh, no, it's not. It's just not blocked. Never mind. So when you're increasing on one side, you're putting, probably you're not finishing your row, because usually the beginning is, you'll add an additional stitch in that first stitch, but at the end you need to add 2, because your chain at the beginning of your row adds 1 stitch, and then you just put 1 in and that will increase your side, but at the other end you have to put 2 in. So I would say just count your stitches, like make sure that both of the ends, if you look at both of the ends of the row, there should be 2 stitches in every, hold on, I need to be able to see what I'm trying to tell you. So here's the previous stitch. Every row where there's an increase, there should be 1, 2 things in the stitch. So there's there, and then you can see in this hole there's 1, 2. In this hole there's 1 and 2. So it needs to have that increase on both sides. I don't know if that helped, but I'm really excited for this sweater. This is one of the ones that I have to finish. It's on the list of things to finish. I started the second sleeve of it, so that's at least good, right? On the way. I hope that helps. Oh, it is, but it says it expired. I unprivated it. It shouldn't expire anymore. Okay, I'll link it again under here. I think I'll link it. I think I'm gonna make all of the new rules start January 1st. That way it's not just like me changing the rules whenever. But after January 1st, the Discord is going to become private for only patrons. Everybody who's in Patreon, those of you who are already in it will be like grandfathered in. So Anita, I'll make sure you can get that link before January 1st, but after January 1st, I think I'm gonna privatize the link so that it's patrons only. I just don't want it to be like everyone joining the Patreon, because I don't want trolls to be able to get into the Patreon. I want people who want to be in there in it. So I think since we've had a small enough community in there for now, it's been safe. But I think moving forward, like in January and beyond, I'm going to change it to be a Patreon exclusive. Again, for those of you who are already in the Discord, don't worry, you'll still be in there. Just like moving forward, people who will be joining will have to be on the Patreon so that I can keep it for people who want to be there, you know, I just don't want it to end up having bad actors coming in. Obviously, Anita, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about in the future, assuming that there is at least some popularity in the YouTube channel. You know, sometimes we get trolls coming into the chat, same kind of thing. Anita, I'll get the link that isn't expired, and I'll put it in the description of this video so that you can join the Discord. And then January 1st, I'll re-privatize that link so that everybody knew. Is that okay? I don't want to be like, I don't know. I don't want to be awful, but I also don't want trolls to also take over my Discord. Good morning, new to the channel. Hi, Thelma, good morning. That's a fun name, Thelma. I haven't heard that, like, around a lot. I mean, obviously there's, like, the famous Thelmas, but nice to see it in regular use. Good morning. Let me see. The turtle duck is an animal from the show Avatar: The Last Airbender. A turtle duck. I mean, I like turtles, I like ducks. Yeah, Dawn, you'll be grandfathered in. Everybody who is in will be able to be still in. It's just new people won't be able to come in after January 1st unless they're in the Patreon as well. You'll be fine, Dawn. How do you become a patron? There's a link below this video for my Patreon, and then it's like you can pick a support level. There's like one I have that's called Egg, and it's $2 a month, and you get all of the patterns that I make in my bullet journal, and you get Discord. Then $5 a month and up is patterns, Discord, and extra videos. Basically, you just pick the tier that you like for the benefits that you like. Obviously, I'm new to putting my content into Patreon, so it's still a little bit bare bones right now. But moving forward, I'm going to be investing a lot more time into the Patreon because I want to cultivate like a community there as well. So yeah, the link is below this video, or it should be. I hope it is. Pretty sure it is. Oh my god, Scrappy said, I was scrolling through my pics to look for the dog sweaters I've made, and I came across the bird videos. Do you remember my angry bird? I do remember your angry bird and your cat that got rid of that angry bird, right? Or the neighborhood cat, maybe? No, it's your outside cat, I think. But yes, I remember Scrappy in the summer had was it a mockingbird? Is that what it was? I feel like Nancy told us it was a mockingbird. And it made an awful screaming noise. Like when Scrappy originally was complaining about this bird, I was like, yeah, like it's a bird. Like birds are birds. I have blue jays. They're annoying, but like it's a bird. And then she posted the video and I was like, I felt bad for feeling like in my head, like, come on, it's a bird. This bird, it was just an actual terror. It made this awful screaming noise. It wasn't like a pleasant bird noise that was annoying. It was like a awful noise that you wouldn't be able to have a phone call while the bird was making that noise. Like it would have made it very difficult to do anything Oh, it was very funny. I just love the conversation. Me too. I like having that. I like being able to just like check in the Discord and see what everybody's been up to. I like that you can share photos in the Discord too. Oh my god, a bird made of rage. It really was. It was like a rage bird. Like, I think that Mockingbird heard like a domestic dispute and was repeating it forever. Like, it was like, this is my favorite sound. Ah! And it would just like scream. It was awful. But like, it was funny because I wasn't having to experience it, but like imagining me experiencing it, it made me laugh at the situation. We can all laugh about it now, but oh my gosh, I can't even imagine you trying to do anything that you needed concentration for. It was just this, and it wasn't repetitive like in a very clear cycle so that you could like drown it out as white noise. It was like mixed up enough that it would just really mess with your brain for sure. Caitlin reminds me of the professor I'm writing these essays for. He's also made of rage. Well, that sucks. What are you writing the essays for? What subject? I was gonna say what theory, what subject? Scrappy, it was all day long, and since we were in shutdown, I would hear it all day long. It was so crazy. But like, honestly, annoying isn't the right word for it. It's like disturbing and disruptive. Annoying is just not enough for what that bird sounded like. Caitlin, he doesn't scream, but looking into his eyes makes you want to scream. Oh, I had a teacher like that. Except she also screamed. Anyway, Frida, what I do is load it to IG stories, but don't post it. Then I download it and it makes it smaller, and then I can post it to Discord. Oh, that's a good way to shrink them down. I hate that with Discord, how it's like, you can only have a small amount of, like, it'll say like, your files are too powerful. And I'm like, that's not, I don't care. Post my photo. And then I have to put it into Photoshop and export it as a JPEG. Totally. It was the sound of 20. Honestly, yeah, it was. 2020 has been a rough one, that's for sure. I didn't realize how much has happened in 2020. Like, time is so not real anymore that it's like, I was looking through my bullet journal, my previous one, and I was just like, oh, okay, I was depressed and then not depressed. Oops, depressed and then not depressed and then not. I feel like in the last couple of months I've sort of leveled out, which has been great. But yeah, it's been a long year. It's been a lot. 2020 has been a rough year. It's been the longest year of my life. It's definitely been one for the books. 2 classes for both finals. One is German literary theory, and the other is German literature from the Middle Ages to post-World War II. I'm really happy that that is something that brings you joy, Caitlin. That is the nicest way I can comment on those 2 classes. German literary theory, German literature from the Middle Ages to post-World War II. I'm really glad that that class exists for people like you who will enjoy German literary theory. Oh my god, that sounds not easy. Like, already German is hard. Now you're adding the literary, oh god. I remember having to read the sociologists, the old sociologists, like just like Karl Marx, having to read those types of older written texts, and it's like you're trying to read it and understand it, but the way that they wrote it is so that no one can understand it except for experts in that field. But the actual theory isn't complicated, they just make it complicated. But in first year they make you read the complicated one. By the time you're in 4th year, you get to read someone who's paraphrased it into like a paragraph, and you also know, like Foucault. Learning Foucault was awful the first year, and then by 4th year I was like, Foucault and being monitored by the state, I understand, but like, yeah, I don't know. Enjoy. I'm sorry that your professor is awful, but I'm glad that you found your group of literature folk. Frida, it sounds fascinating. We're all suffering, Caitlin. Yeah. German literary theory sounds like a great class. You guys sound like, that sounds fun. Art philosophy, oh my. Yeah. Art philosophy actually sounds kind of interesting. Would that be like why gravestones have angels on them from X year to X year, and then after that they start having flowers on them, and then after that they have people's faces, and then after that they have like crosses. I had a class like that, a sociology class that talked about death rites in Christianity and how they've changed because of social structures. It was interesting. Like at certain times there were like gargoyles on gravestones, and then it switched to angels, and then it switched to like animals, and it was talking about like what was going on in the world for the Christianity and the death rites around it. To anyway, if you look at tombstones, you can see like what the world was like because of how the tombstones are. It included Foucault. Foucault was probably my favorite to like, because it was the easiest to understand. Foucault was like the main thing that you learned in Foucault was like the prison state, where like there was a prison system that he set up that was basically just being like watching people. So like your prisoners would all be fully in clear, like they would have no privacy. And then it was basically saying like the tower that's in the middle of the prison that has a blacked out window, so you can't see if there's somebody in the tower. The idea that you're being watched is enough to control those prisoners, so there doesn't even need to be someone in the tower for the prisoners to behave, because there could be someone in the tower. I liked that theory. I just enjoyed learning about it. Caitlin, the topics and theories are really interesting if you understand them. Yeah, I feel like fourth year university is where I started understanding everything, where I was like, oh, that's how it relates to now. I really enjoyed Foucault as well. I feel like I enjoyed Foucault because it was at least recent enough that I could relate. I don't know, when I was reading like, I don't know, some of the theorists for anthropology and sociology that we did was it was just so dry that it was really hard to like get excited about, whereas I found like Foucault's stuff was very like post-apocalypse, Big Brother. It was like fun to read about. I don't know. That's me though. Problem is, both classes are conducted in German. Ugh. I may be a German major, but it's still quite a foreign language. Yeah, that's not the Foucault parts I had to discuss. What was the other? Foucault had weird sex stuff too, didn't he? And Caitlin, that's cool that you're doing stuff in German. I think that is really cool. I can't imagine learning another subject in another language. Like, already learning another language, that would be the class for me. Like, I learned Russian. I can't imagine learning something else in Russian. Not for me. I feel I can only learn one thing at a time. But that's cool, because then you're getting better at your German, you know? Just by being in a different class. Kind of interesting. I don't know. I liked my ethnographies for anthropology. Those were the ones I liked. They're basically like written stories by anthropologists about the groups they visited, so they're like easier reads. 3 years isn't enough to prepare me for reading this many academic papers in this language. Well, 3 years was enough to prepare me to learn how to read academic papers. Like for the first 2 years for sure, I really struggled with reading any university level content. It was just, I just didn't understand. Like I just didn't, it was just too, the words were, it was like they were trying to keep it as an elite subject. By third and fourth year, it really, it's like, oh, you understand? Well, now we'll just teach it as though anyone can understand it, which is like kind of frustrating. It's kind of the elitist nature of university level education that I have seen in my experience and from people that I know in my like day-to-day life. I feel like the concepts that I learned in first year seemed so complicated, but by fourth year I would be able to explain them in just a couple of sentences. It seems kind of like it should be the opposite. You should start people off with the easy explanation and then like get into how it's actually a really complicated theory. But I don't know. I still had a good time. I learned that I know nothing about anyone, and I learned that everybody from everywhere can be anybody from anywhere. And I feel like that's the most that I learned in university. I learned mostly to respect all peoples. Like, I know that should be like an inherent thing. And yes, I wasn't taught any like bigotry growing up, but university exposed me to so many more people with so many more like beliefs, systems, foods, just in general, just way more people. So I feel like it's a good mind-opening thing where you're like, oh, I am definitely not the center of the universe. Very good. I feel like university taught me that. I'm sure any education post-secondary, like anything after high school, once you're old enough to actually like be a human. I don't understand how high school, whatever, it doesn't matter. Post-secondary education, I have found it opened my mind to the fact that the world is very big and I know very little about most of it. I don't know. Before that, it was like, I know a lot. After university, I was like, oh, I don't know anything. I know a little bit about anthropology, but about everything else, I mostly don't know anything. And that's okay, because that means I can listen to people who know things, as opposed to being like, no, I know that this is the truth because... No, look for experts in the fields to find the answers that you don't know answers to. I think we will have forgotten a lot of things. I like the parades for essential workers, the earthquakes. Hold on, I think we will have forgotten a lot of things. Oh, there we go. Like the parades for essential workers, the earthquakes in UT, the contaminated water. That's still a thing. That hasn't stopped being a thing. In Canada, few of our reserves for our Indigenous populations have clean water and safe places to live. I know that you guys have issues in the States with clean water for people too, but we have that issue in Canada. The storms, the fires, the animals coming into the city. Yeah, just in general, this year has been a little post-apocalyptic. I agree, Dawn. A lot of it's going to get just faded away. But you know, kind of, our brains do that with trauma. Bad things get forgotten, which is why people repeat bad things, because they forget how bad it actually was. If I had more free time, though, I'd get to the podcasts and audio lessons I've saved in my laptop. Ooh, that sounds like fun. Podcasts in German. I think that's the point of university, really. I think so, too, just learning that you don't know anything. Without turning the topic weird, that's why a certain group here in the US don't want their kids going to uni now. Because it's elitist, or because it's, or post-secondary, really. I mostly learned to stand by my work. That's the biggest thing, I think. Good. That's a good thing to learn. Yeah, totally. I learned how to defend my opinion. To defend my opinion by going and finding academic articles, but I also learned how to start an essay with an opinion and finish it with a different opinion because all of the literature showed something else. Like at the end of the thing, you could be like, in conclusion, I was totally wrong. This is not how it was. I don't know. I liked that about university. I literally heard someone I used to respect say, you send your kids to college and they get these new liberal ideas and they come back and don't get along with their families. That's what that makes me feel like, Scrappy. But kind of, yeah, I came back way more liberal than I was. I learned that there are so many other people and that they are just as awesome as the people I knew before university. Like, I met sex workers, I met like all different genders and religions and people of different ages. Like in university you interact with all ages of people because there are like 40-year-old men in second year sociology courses, so I wouldn't have a conversation with a lot of those people outside. Like my town, my friend group, my high school, we had like a few gay kids, a couple of kids that weren't white. We didn't have any trans people in my school. I think we had like a lesbian, like we only had like a couple of gay guys. We didn't have any gay girls. We didn't have any, like, there were no other types of people. There were just like a small group of pretty similar people. It was a Catholic school, so most people were Catholic. It was in a well-to-do area, so most of the school was well-to-do families. So then going to university and having people who are like, oh, I work 3 jobs. I have to help pay for the house with my parents, but I'm also paying for university. Like, just knowing that other people have different upbringings, different lives, different everything. Everything about people can be different than you, but when you have a conversation with them, you're like, oh, you're just exactly like me. On the inside, your soul and heart are the same as mine. Super important to know, because then when you meet someone and you're like, you look different, you act different, you sound different, you're different than me. But on the inside, your heart and your feelings are the same as mine. You care about your family, you care about your dog, you want to paint your walls, you have to get groceries. Like, all of the things that are about me are about you. The things that are real, the things that really, really like their experience of the world is just as real as mine, you know? I feel like that's something that post-secondary really taught me. I don't know. Like before university, I was like against any sex work, against any I'm not gonna get into the political of it, but I was in a Catholic school. I was super pro-life. I went to university and that really shifted so hard. I'm so pro-choice that it's like it shifted so hard for me. Obviously, like that's not something I would want to choose for myself, but I don't know why I thought that I could have the decision for any other person with a uterus as to what they do with their uterus. I don't know. And then like sex work. I knew multiple girls who did sex work to pay for university. And I know that's like a joke, like strippers being like, I'm in nursing school, like it's like a joke in movies and stuff. No, like I knew like multiple people who were sex workers and that actually they did it for the summer months, the 4 months of summer, and it paid for their school that year. Like, and I never would have known that that is a thing. I don't know. I feel like it was useful to me. Yeah, exactly. Totally. Caitlin, that's what people say about students who go to my university, Scrappy. It sucks that people over here think that way towards unis in general. Yeah, not ideal. Hey, I've actually had someone that I love say that to me, that my sociology degree was a joke and that it was used to put propaganda in my head. And I came back with, how about anthropology? Is anthropology okay? And the person I love said, yeah, anthropology is okay. And I'm like, okay, good. So at least one of my degrees isn't making me a propaganda machine. Cool. Love you. I went to the whitest, most affluent high school ever. So yes, college was different. Yeah, it just opens you up, I think. University made me see how differently people could live compared to me. Yeah, and that it's not wrong. Like you can meet someone and learn all about them and be like friends. And then you learn that the way that they've lived is completely different. And then you're like, oh, and you're still just the same type of person. That's wonderful. I went to a very traditional conservative Christian school. Leaving really opened my perspective. Yeah, me too. Uni isn't that big of a thing here, just sort of a continuation where you can choose the subject. Yeah, here it's more of a decision because of how expensive it is. My husband just came in and said, you're listening to the chicken lady. That's me! Hello! Welcome! Nice to see you! Yes, I'm the chicken lady. I mean, I'm still a Christian, but I definitely am more open-minded than I was in high school. Hey there, Irene. Nice to see you. Hey, not me being... Thunder! No! I'm not... There's none for you. Go away. Okay. Ugh, you're so cute. Come here. You're not getting any food, though. I was the only Catholic blonde with white skin with a Latina name. I was the outsider in what was a Mormon white bread. You blonde with white skin, but you had a Latin name, so that was the thing. In certain areas, before any of the kids were born in my family, my parents, there was a time when my dad's last name, which is Lithuanian, was too foreign, so they changed a letter. Like people outside of my parents changed a letter when referring to my parents in order to like de-foreignize the name from Bikinas, which is just a Lithuanian last name. Sometimes it's mistaken for Greek because Bikinas, it's just like similar to like the IKs and the ASs in Greek. Anyway, people would change it to Mikinas so that they wouldn't have to feel triggered by the foreign sounding nature of Bikinas. To me, it doesn't sound like anything anymore because I don't relate to that. But anyway, all of my last names have been very odd. I feel like my next last name, Alex's last name, I think we're going to probably change the spelling when we get married, just so it's easier for the rest of the world. But aside from that, I don't know. I don't know. I haven't had names that are... people have always mispronounced my last name, but I don't know how, because it's like consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel. It's easy to sound out. It's not like a name where you could accidentally pronounce one of the letters wrong. It's very, like, phonetically... It's easy to sound out the word, even if you haven't ever read it before. But what can you do? Some things, you know... Mine have all been long. Well, That's fun, especially when you're filling out a Scantron test and you don't have enough letters to fill out your last name. Share my last name with a very famous Swede. We're not related, but I always get the question. Oh, cool. That's kind of fun. I went from like 8 letters to 9. Thanks a lot, husband, for helping there. Jeez. That's silly. That was kind of fun talking about university. I haven't talked about university in a little while. You know what though? It's 10 o'clock. I'm gonna head out. Sorry that you just got here, Irene. Oh, Ilda's here as well. Hola, Ilda. Oh, from por tradução Português ou Espanhol. Hola. I don't know what pods por tradução ou Espanhol. Portuguese or Espanol. I could say Ola. Ola, Ilda. Ola and I couldn't agree on a last name, so we kept both our names. That's cute. Yes, I'm gonna go though. I will see you guys tomorrow night. If you want to hang out for some Christmas presents wrapping, I'm gonna be here Thursday evening at 6 p.m. It was nice chatting. Yes, it was nice chatting. Thank you for coming. It was nice to see you all. Have a good day. I'm almost done with my notes for the essays. Good job, Caitlin. Thank you for coming. I hope you have a good day. Wash your hands, take care of yourselves, take care of your families, your friends, call people, because a lot of people are just stuck waiting for this whole thing to end. So I'm going to get to filming. I'm going to go feed the chickens, and I'll check Discord. I love you all. Thank you for coming again. And don't forget to like the video on your way out. If you haven't done it yet, definitely. CJ just woke up again. If you don't want to, you don't have one. Totally. Got time to protest, take in foster children, adopt children. You don't have time. Yeah, totally. Anyway, love you all. Have a good rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.